Yo, YouTubers! What up? It's your boy Ramsey here. If I sound a little funny, you know why. Hence the title of this video. I wanted to give an update. I finally feel good enough to do it. I'm on day 8 of my septoplasty and reduction of my turbinates, almost like my turbos. Like I tell all my other car guys that I basically had a port and polish done to my sinuses. Anyways, I guess I'll touch on, I want to try to make this real fast. I don't like drawn out videos. Touch on my symptoms real quick prior to the surgery. Sinus infections left and right. Takes forever to get over them. Always feeling tired. Almost kind of like a small case of depression, but mentally I wasn't depressed. And spiritually I'm really good. But physically, it almost felt like a depression, like just lack of motivation and just hard to focus. Always something going on up here. Always blowing out green and brown stuff. So I'm sure y'all have the same things if you're watching this video, and dealt with sinus problems basically my whole life. As far as I can remember, I've had sinus issues. So my wife, being the good wife she is, she pushed me to go to an ENT doctor, and they did a CT scan on me. And come to find out, I had severe case of chronic sinusitis. So he was like, there's no point in trying antibiotics. You've been, struggling with this for years. Let's just do the surgery. And it made perfect sense for me. Plus I had peace to go through with it. So signed up, did the surgery. The recovery definitely was way worse than what I thought it was going to be. Maybe it's because I'm just a big weenie. I don't know. The pain wasn't that bad. I did good with the pain medication. I've watched videos of people like, oh, I'm not going to take the pain medication. They're like 5 minutes later in the video, I regret not taking the pain medication. Listen, just take your pain medication. What I did was I just took what I needed to take to relieve the pain, and then I just broke pills in half and just took them by halves and weaned myself off. I still got pain medication left, and I'm on, going into day 9. So that's that. My biggest problem that I've dealt with is just being nauseous. And the best way I can explain it is like motion sickness. Like for me to even look at my phone right now is a huge plus, because just yesterday, if I was to look at my phone for longer than a minute or get on my laptop and try to do any kind of work, I would get like motion sickness feeling, nauseous feeling in my head. And then if I stayed on there for too long, I would literally get sick to my stomach to where I'd have to put it down and put it away. If I got up and moved around a little bit too much, same thing. I just get this really bad nauseous feeling. So that's my biggest thing throughout these whole 8 days. Like I said, the pain wasn't that bad at all, unless I just went an awfully long time without taking my pain medication. Like I would try to space it out. Towards the 5th and 6th day, I started spacing it out, longer and longer to wean myself off of it. So pain wasn't that bad. Some things that you can definitely do, because the first day, the second day, and the third day, I was completely blocked up. They used a biodegradable pack on me, so I didn't have to go and have anything removed. It just would break down over time. And the one, my right side, which is where they had to correct my septum, my deviated septum, it was completely packed. And of course this side was packed up pretty good too, but I literally couldn't breathe out this side. And so I would wait. I couldn't go to sleep. I would wake up like 5 minutes later if I did fall asleep, because my mouth was so dry. So what really helped me out, don't drink like water and all that stuff. Yeah, you need to drink your water, but while you're completely, blocked up and you're breathing out of your mouth, the things that was like a lifesaver for me, chapstick. Oh my goodness. I was gobbing that stuff on like I was in the dead of winter. Chapstick was my best friend. The other thing that was my best friend is like those muscle milks, or, anything of that kind of texture. Sugar-free pudding, anything that's going to be more of a thicker consistency. And I would literally just get one of those muscle milks and I'd put a straw in it. And whenever I'd wake up and my mouth was so dry, I would just take a little sip and bring moisture back in my mouth. So that was another thing that was really huge for me. And then just eating kind of soft foods. I couldn't eat anything, That would be like, like, I don't know. Like my wife made fajitas, before the surgery. I couldn't eat any of the fajitas, even though they're super good. My wife's like one of the best cookers in the world, and I couldn't eat any of that stuff. So the things that really helped me out was that chapstick, like muscle milk consistency for liquids. Of course, you got to drink your water and everything, but just have one of those things there to sip on. And definitely get some ice cream. A lot of people complain about throat problems. Mine was a little sore for the first couple days, but then it kind of went away. But for those first couple days, like ice cream and the pudding, like I previously said, that was really good on the throat. And just get plenty of rest. So that's pretty much it. I went today actually for my first follow-up. Today's my surgery was on that yesterday, but the Monday before. And Doc, he got up in there, man. It felt like he was pulling my brain out with that suction device, and got it all cleared out. And the moment I left his office and he got all that stuff cleared out, which he got a pretty good amount, even though I was doing really good with the rinses. That's the other thing. Do your rinses religiously. My doctor told me I could swim in that stuff if I wanted to. So I was doing it as much as I could to get all that stuff rinsed out, which was really good because he said I was healing up really well. And a lot had to do with doing those sinus flushes. And but today when I went there and he got all that stuff out, it was a night and day difference. Now that nausea feeling and that kind of, woozy, sick feeling, like I'm talking in the phone right now, looking at the phone the whole time, and I'm not getting woozy feeling. And so that was the turning point. I watched another video of this girl, and she said that it was like day 10 for her or something like that when they did it. And she said that was the defining moment of, her getting better. So just be prepared. If you're watching this video and you haven't had the surgery done yet, I can breathe like way better. Of course, I haven't, gone, a long period of time, to see long lasting results as far as like energy levels and, and things like that. But I can breathe like way better. But just be prepared to give yourself about 2 weeks. Okay, I'm day 8. I feel way better than I have through this whole process, but I still don't feel tip-top condition. Take your pain meds, as needed, but I would say by like your 5th or 6th day, you should most likely be able to wean yourself off of them. But stay comfortable. Don't go through this recovery process and try to, muscle it through. I mean, I'm just going to speak for myself. You already just went through a surgery recovery. You don't need to be stressed out because stress is only going to make your recovery worse. So just do what you need to do to get comfortable. And yeah, y'all are going to be good. And the other thing, if you have like really bad allergy problems, we did this before the surgery, like 2 weeks before the surgery. Look into an air scrubber and UV lights. We got 2 systems on our house. We got a 2-story house, so we got 2 systems. But we actually put the air scrubber after the coils and UV lights before the coils to kill and really help with allergens and bacteria and all that other kind of stuff. Because it turns out from my ENT doctor, I'm allergic to dust mites. So we did that like 2 weeks before because most of my symptoms were in the house. I do real estate for a living, so I spend a lot of time, here at the house in my office on the computer and setting up appointments and doing whatever. And so my symptoms were always worse in the house, puffy eyes, and just, like I didn't want to do anything. Like it was that bad. I just wanted to veg out in one spot, not move, and I felt like a big blob most of the time, like just completely numb on the inside. But look into those. They've really helped out. I was already seeing a change even before my surgery with my symptoms. So look into that. Once again, that's called an air scrubber and UV lights. It's 2 totally different systems. Okay, and I'll show you real quick the sinus things that I was using. You want to see my pup? Oh, I can't turn it around. Mac, come here. Say hi to everybody. Mac, come here. Mac, come here. Hey, see him? Oh, hey, look, Mac, what's that? Okay, that's my knucklehead. He helped me get through recovery too. He'd always come lay on me and lick my face. But these right here, see that right there? Those right there, those work great. And even my bags under my eyes have started to decrease since I did that air purifying system in the house. But anyways, leave some comments. I'm sure I've missed some things. I wanted to try to keep this video short. But just know, everybody's different. Everybody's going to have a different recovery. I just wanted to tell you, what mine is, because even when I watched all the other different recoveries, I didn't really see anybody struggling as bad as I have with the nauseous feeling, like looking down at the phone and the computer and just like motion sickness, like left and right. So I wanted to give my account of my recovery process. Like I said, this is, 8 days into it. I'm thankful that I did the surgery, because actually when he was actually going in there doing the surgery, he found out that there was a real bad staph infection that was, I forget the name of it, but it was like pretty resistant. The type it was a rare type of staph. Like it was like just sitting up in there. And so he's got me doubled up on some antibiotics right now. But if you're hesitant on doing it, hey, look, there ain't no reason to go through this life struggling every day with your sinuses. If you can have a procedure and just be like uncomfortable, miserable for like the first 10 days, in recovery, and, by 11, 12, 13, 14 days, you're great and you're enjoying life, just jump in the pool. Okay. But anyways, even though I don't know you, I love you. And if you're going through the recovery already and you're watching this video, just know it's going to get better. I promise you. And if you're struggling with sinuses, being hesitant about having the surgery, I'm praying for you. I've dealt with it, like I said, my whole life. It sucks. And like I said before in this video, I'm a big weenie when it comes to stuff up in this area. I am, big time. But I'm thankful that I did it. Find you a good ENT doctor. If you're in the Mandeville area in Louisiana, go to the Slint office in Mandeville. Dr. Sorrell's the one that did my surgery. Really awesome, very polite, well-mannered. I mean, just somebody that you could introduce to your family. I really appreciate him. He took really good care of me. His staff is very nice. So if you're in that area, go check him out. Anyways, much love. God loves you. I love you. Jesus loves you. And y'all have a good day. Deuces.